If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, check the referral link in the description down below. It'll take you to G2A, and you can use the code CHES at checkout for an extra discount. Also, to play FIFA and other games for real money, check the link in the description to gamersaloon.com, sign up for free over there, and go and win yourself some cash. Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 36 of the Wolfsburg Career Mode series here on FIFA 16. The recovery continued in the last episode. We've, from a rather poor opening 2 defeats in the Bundesliga season, continue to rise further and further up the league. We're up to 8th now and only a handful of points away from those Champions League spots. We have the best defence in the league this year, and Bayern Munich have scored the most goals this year in the Bundesliga. So it was a battle of the goal scorers versus the clean sheeters, so to speak. But obviously, as we saw in the first season, Neymar is at Bayern Munich and Neuer is at Barcelona. So different starting lineup than they may have expected from Bayern Munich. If you're newer to the channel and weren't here for the first year when Neymar came to Bayern for 84 million, I think it was 84 odd, and Neuer went to Barcelona for about 65 or something similar. And we're starting our strongest starting 11 though, as you saw, and Alvaro Morata will hope to continue his goal scoring form. Picked up a hat-trick an episode or two ago, and we'll, fingers crossed, try and get him a goal here in this one as well if we can. First shot from Javier Pastore though is well blocked by Holger Badstu, but obviously they've actually sold Jerome Boateng to Barcelona as well in this series. Robert Lewandowski goes on a nice little run here though, holds off the challenges of a defender on one shoulder, then another defender on the other, then back to Soler on the other shoulder. I can't tackle Robert Lewandowski here. In the end, we don't have to tackle him because Joel Matip is able to get in a lunging tackle, and we're able to keep them out for now. Thomas Muller, though, trying to find another way back in, but the second shot is well blocked again by a defender. Throwing bodies in front of the ball is exactly why we have ourselves that best goals conceded tally in the league so far this season. Only 11 goals to this point in the league, and hopefully it isn't going to become 12 today and we can actually score our 12th as well, because our goal difference is exactly 0. We've scored 11 and conceded 11. Bayern Munich have scored 23 though, so it is going to be a task to keep them out in the full 90 minutes. Ian Robin, though, apparently I can't tackle him either. He goes all the way through and scores a very, very good goal. I missed a tackle in there, though. You saw me run towards Ian Robin. I pressed B to tackle, and for some reason, my defender just ran around Ian Robin, or ran past him and let him run through. Not the best of defending from me. I am still working on my defending. I'm better than I was, but clearly still not the finished article just yet. But we'll try and get ourselves an equaliser if we can. Manolo Gabbiadini played through here. He came on as a substitute and drew a good save out of Ulreich there. Couldn't quite keep it in to try and have a second effort, but we'll try and get something from the corner. Pastore stands it up into the box, missed the initial header from Javi Martinez, goes straight back out to Javier Pastore, though into Faguli. He tries to get it in the far bottom corner, doesn't quite get his angles right. It's a little bit too close to the keeper, and it's a comfortable save for him. We stay 1-0 down for now. Still though, on the attack, Sebastian Jung pushing forward from right back, drills it into Gabbiadini in the middle. So many red shirts back there that you can see that Bayern Munich are clearly going for the just 1-0 win. They shut up shop and they decided that that was what the result was going to be. And unfortunately, if Bayern Munich decide that that's going to be the result, 99% of the time, Bayern Munich decide that's going to be the result. And that is the result. So we lose 1-0 there, unfortunately. But so far in the Champions League, we're having a very good season on, an upstep from the Bundesliga side, or Bundesliga form, sorry. As you can see, 4 wins from 4 so far in the Champions League. So could we make it 5 from 5? We are playing a bit of a rotation side here. As you can see, Embolo, Fekir, Çalhanoğlu, Iñaki Williams, etc. Because we are actually already through in the Champions League. Even after 4 games, we've got 12 points, and the side in third just hasn't got enough points to be able to catch us. They aren't able to close the gap. So we're through regardless, and obviously if we get a point here against Chelsea, we'll go through as group winners as well. So that would come in very handy, but I'm not too fussed about whether I come first or second. I'm just pleased that we're through so that I can play a little bit of a rotation squad and concentrate my efforts with my first team right now, at least until just after Christmas, on Bundesliga football, because that's the most important thing for us this year. Gorgeous ball in from Iñaki Williams though, and a lovely finish from Hakan Çalhanoğlu at the back post. We've noticed a few times in the Chelsea career, but it may even have been in today's episode, that Courtois loves to come and punch stuff that he can't get anywhere near in my series whenever I use him. Here, though, decides to stay on his line, and it turns out that was the wrong decision. If he'd have come for that one, he probably would have got there. This time, stands on his line. Çalhanoğlu is free 5 yards out from goal. It's a simple finish. We have ourselves a 1-0 lead. Eden Hazard, though, is ripping me apart. Fortunately, my goalkeeper's able to make a save at the other end to stop them immediately getting themselves back on level terms. That was a wonderful run from Hazard, to be fair. They're on the attack again, though. As you can see, Oscar on the ball, plays it back to Matic. There aren't any new signings in this Chelsea side, as far as I can remember, from the starting lineup. So it's still exactly as you were first season. Matic, though, has a pop shot from the edge of the box, not able to get it on target. It drifts wide from that left foot of his. Tolisso gives the ball away rather needlessly there, straight to Eden Hazard. Matic picks it up. Good turn from him, just kind of sends the defender with a drop of the shoulder. Feeds it into Oscar. One touch around the corner. Second touch, smashes it into that far top corner. A wonderful hit from the Brazilian. We'll definitely see a replay of that. It's not very often we show replays of opposition goals, but that one definitely is worth another look, especially considering it's a Chelsea goal. With me being a Chelsea fan, but that's an absolute belter from Oscar on his left foot as well. Just turns inside and then lets rip. 1-1. So then, deeper into the first half we go, trying to get ourselves back in front if we can, but it's actually Chelsea on the attack through Oscar again. See the run being made by Diego Costa there, but Ramirez finds him instead. If they'd have played it through to Diego first time round, he would have been onside, and they probably would have made it 2-1 themselves, but unfortunately they went via Ramirez, and sadly, wrong decision. Diego Costa offside, and the goal doesn't count. Nabil Fekir, though, is going on a bit of a dribbly run of his own here. Plays it into Embolo. Good shot, well saved down low by Courtois. We've mentioned that we're trying to improve Embolo's finishing. He seems to be almost the all-round package. He's got great pace, good strength, good feet, as you can see here, dribbling inside, but not yet the finishing. Dancing inside 3 defenders here, and he does have the finish on the end of it as well. We've been training his finishing. His finishing is now 82. It was something like 77 or 78 when he first joined the club, so he is getting better and better in front of goal. And this one perhaps had a slight bit of fortune about it. Really nice run, though. The run itself deserved a goal. Skips past one challenge, skips past the second, fires it in, but you'll see from the second replay, it actually goes in off Courtois' face. It's going straight at Thibaut, and his attempted save is all over the place. Hits him square on the noggin, goes into the back of the net, and we have ourselves a 2-1 lead. You can see I've made a couple of changes. Fekir pushing down the left-hand side, though. One of the players from the start makes it 3-1 in the 80th minute. That, again, is a very good finish. Similar sort of finish to Oscar's, although obviously on Fekir's favoured side and a little bit further in towards goal and a little bit further wide, but still impressive finish nonetheless, and enough to give us 5 wins from 5 so far in the Champions League. So we will try and build on that now and get ourselves a decent result here against Schalke. They sit just above us in the league. A win would take us above them, and obviously close the gap even further on those above us. We are trying to recover from that Bayern Munich defeat. That's a little bit of a stalling of our recovery run so far, but I'm pretty confident we can do a job on Schalke here at home in decent weather. It makes a change, actually. So many games this season have been in the rain. It's just a nice change of pace to actually play in sunny conditions. They've got a strong side, though. They're playing a 4-2-2 again. Johannes Geis in the midfield. You remember him from the career mode Road to Glory last year. Franco De Santo up top. Obviously, you remember him from his days at Chelsea and Wigan and Blackburn, etc. But obviously, he scored a great goal against us in the game against Schalke last year, but it was Klaas-Jan Huntelaar that came close there with a shot that was well saved by Benaglio. Came out to smother him as he was played through by Franco De Santo. But Luis Gustavo is on the attack at the other end. Pastore drills it into Draxler. Let's rip early with the shot, and it took a very, very good save from Ralph Farman to stop us from taking the lead there. And you'll see from the replay, he just gets there. It's so close to actually beating him and getting into the back of the net there, but he just extends that final couple of inches just as the ball's on its way past him and gets enough on it to get it around the post and out for a corner, which unfortunately nothing came from. But how is this for a finish from Franco De Santo? Doesn't matter what goalkeeper's in between the sticks and how much he extends his arm at the last minute. Nobody is getting anywhere near that. An absolute ripper from Franco De Santo. Farman came out and punched that corner. Young's first touch is terrible, but it bounces off Franco De Santo. Bounces so much so that the second defender can't judge it, and Sebastian Jung rips us back on level terms in stoppage time at the end of the first half. I didn't know my right back had that in his locker. I've been contemplating replacing him in the upcoming January transfer window, but if he can do things like that, maybe I'll keep him in the side. Luis Gustavo tries the overhead kick there, was on target at least, but not really his forte, is it? Overhead kicks from Luis Gustavo. He's much better at defending, but a lovely ball by him into Gabbiadini here. And speaking of good finishes, that one is very, very impressive from the substitute Manolo Gabbiadini. He just kind of bent it around the defender in front of him. I I just kind of hit it for the sake of hitting it, really, because it was on his left foot. I didn't fancy him to score from that angle, but you'll see it's easier to see from the second replay. Actually, he just uses the angle with the defender running in front of him, and hits it behind the defender there. Such a good finish, it really is. Cross the keeper into the bottom corner. That gives us a 2-1 lead, and eventually a 2-1 victory. Manolo off the bench to save things for us, give us all 3 points. We've got Fortuna Düsseldorf next in the final Champions League game against Saint Etienne. So some tough-ish games coming up, although Düsseldorf are sat mid-table. We are now into the European spots, although as you can see we have played a game more than a few others around us, but we are on our way up the table. The return continues yet again, but that's going to bring today's episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, and subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days, whether it be this series, the My Player series, or the Chelsea series that went up earlier on today, and for now, I'll see you next time.